The third category is uphold precepts by bringing lasting benefits to all sentient beings. When a deed benefits beings, we should do it. There are three kinds of beneficial deeds. The first kind is the deed that will bring immediate benefit but will have a harmful effect in the future. This kind of deed should not be done. The second kind is the deed that will bring benefit not only now but also in the future. This kind of deed is truly beneficial. The third kind is the deed that will not bring immediate benefit but will bring great benefit in the future. This kind of deed is also beneficial. This shows that Buddhas and Bodhisattvas look far ahead, not only at the immediate future. The third paramita is patience. To accomplish any undertaking, one needs to bear any hardship that one encounters. In the process of cultivation, one will surely encounter frustration. The more diligent one is, the greater the amount of frustration one faces. Why is there so much frustration? Because of the evil karmas that one has committed over countless kalpas. Obstacles from karmic forces are unavoidable. The only solution is to tolerate any hardship. This will decrease karmas. If one has meditative concentration, it can eliminate karmas. One should face obstacles with wisdom, resolve them with forbearance, acquiesce, and make diligent progress. Only with the paramita of patience will one be able to improve. If one is not patient, one will encounter obstacles. The fourth paramita is diligence. The Chinese term for diligence is Jing, Jin. Jing means pure and unadulterated, and Jin means making progress. For bodhisattvas, diligence is their only good route. Nowadays, many Buddhist practitioners make the mistake of learning too many different things, resulting in a mixture. Although they make progress every day, their progress is adulterated. They spend a lot of time and effort, but their accomplishment is very limited. The little achievement I have in this lifetime is due to having a good teacher. He forbade me to proceed in an unfocused and random way. I learned from Mr. Li Bingnan in Taichung for 10 years. His teaching method was that even if a student was very smart and had an exceptional capability, he or she could simultaneously learn only 2 sutras at most. If the student wanted to learn 3 sutras at one time, he would not teach this student. Students who did not have a good capability learned only 1 sutra. Only when Mr. Li considered that a student had learned a sutra well enough would he teach the student a new one. Otherwise, he would not allow the student to learn a new sutra. During my 10 years with Mr. Li, I learned 5 sutras, whereas in a Buddhist college, the students learn more than 5 sutras in 1 semester. The first sutra I learned was the sutra on Ananda asking about the good fortune and misfortune of learning the Buddha's teachings. The second was the Amitabha Sutra. The third was the chapter of the vows and practices of Samantabhadra. The fourth was the Diamond Sutra, and the fifth was the Surangama Sutra. I spent 10 years learning only these sutras. Mr. Li's criterion was that only when one learned 1 sutra well enough could one learn a new one. Well enough meant that the student could explain the sutra thoroughly on stage to an audience. When the student lectured on stage, Mr. Li would sit in the last row. Without using a microphone, the the student had to talk loud enough for Mr. Li to hear. Heading toward one direction and one goal, his students were thus laying a good foundation and would naturally understand the other sutras. When one masters one sutra, one naturally masters all sutras. The question is whether one has truly learned and understood the sutra and entered into the states described in the sutra. The fifth paramita is meditative concentration. It means being in control of one's mind. Within, the mind is unmoved. Without, the mind is not attached to phenomena. One should not be easily tempted by any external phenomena. For example, when one learns a sutra, one concentrates on this sutra. This way, one would be in control of one's mind. The sixth paramita is wisdom. Simply put, when one interacts with people and engages in tasks, one should do so based on reason, not on emotions. This excerpt teaches us the 6 principles for interacting with people and engaging in tasks in daily life. These are also the guidelines that bodhisattvas use in teaching and transforming beings to help them be steadfastly established in the Bodhi mind.